Modern warfare is no longer decided solely by steel and explosives, but by invisible waves across the electromagnetic spectrum. Deep within contested airspace,
we have confirmed hostile signals in Sector Gamma. All units be advised.
Suddenly,
Repeat,
the telemetry
be
cuts
advised.
GPS signals warp, guidance systems freeze, and millions of dollars in precision technology drift blindly off course, disarmed not by a missile, but by an unseen wall of radio frequency energy. Across global battlefields, from Eastern Europe to critical maritime corridors, electronic warfare is quietly rendering traditional weaponry obsolete. Entire drone swarms are hijacked in seconds, precision artillery is burning miles off target, and command networks go dark without a single shot fired. This is the invisible frontline. Here is how signal jamming and spoofing are rewriting the rules of modern combat.
The Global Positioning System utilizes a network of military satellites to provide precise data transmission across the digital globe. The Global Positioning System utilizes a network of military satellites to provide precise data transmission across the digital globe. The Global Positioning System utilizes a network of military satellites to provide precise data transmission across the digital globe.
GPS denial is brute force. A high-power transmitter floods satellite receiver frequencies with electronic noise or static. Imagine trying to hear a whisper next to a jet engine. The drone or missile loses its GPS link, forcing it to rely on inferior inertial navigation, drifting off course or falling out of the sky. GPS spoofing is far more insidious. Instead of blocking the signal, a ground station transmits fake satellite telemetry that mimics real GPS signals, but with slightly higher power. The receiver is tricked into believing it is in a completely different location, gradually steering the asset into decoy zones or directly into hostile capture. But how are these signals deployed across the battlefield? Military doctrine uses two primary geometries: omnidirectional bubbles and directive arrays. Omnidirectional systems broadcast interference in a 360-degree dome. They create a localized defensive bubble over high-value installations, rendering nearby civilian and military GPS useless alike. Directive jamming arrays, however, project narrow, high-gain energy beams directly towards specific sectors or airborne targets. Mounted on heavy transport platforms, these arrays can neutralize incoming threats tens of kilometers away without blinding friendly forces nearby. Finally, electronic warfare targets the primary physical sword of uncrewed systems, the command and control, or C2 link. Drones rely on radio frequency data streams for live video feed and pilot inputs. High-power SIGINT units sweep the radio frequency spectrum, locate the exact control frequency, and blast targeted high-power RF noise directly at the receiver. The C2 link severing triggers an immediate failsafe. The drone either executes an automated return-to-home protocol, revealing the pilot's location, or plummets straight into the ground.
Theory tells us how electromagnetic warfare should function. But open-source intelligence shows us how it is actively reshaping real-world battlefields across three critical geographical theaters. Case study: A. Eastern Europe. On high-intensity front lines,
the frozen escalation,
heavy industrial electronic warfare systems are deployed every few kilometers.
Coalition forces continue to
systems like
intercept them.
Krasuka and Borisogledsk project immense jamming umbrellas designed to neutralize incoming guided munitions. However, the tactical landscape has evolved into an arms race between industrial EW and low-cost FPV kamikaze drones.
We are closely monitoring the recent actions in the region.
Density
These
mapping
maneuvers by the
reveals
IRGC
severe
are destabilizing,
GPS
and we urge
blackout
caution
zones
and de-escalation.
spanning hundreds of
All
square
units be
kilometers.
advised. 3
In
vessels
these
struck
zones,
near the choke point.
commercial navigation
Maintain high
fails
alert
completely,
status.
and
Over.
military operators are forced to rapidly adapt, shifting drone frequencies daily or deploying fiber-optic tethered systems to bypass RF interference altogether. Case Study B: the Middle East and maritime shipping corridors. In crucial straits, such as the Bab el-Mandeb and the Strait of Hormuz, signal disruption has shifted from simple jamming to aggressive GPS spoofing. Automatic Identification System, or AIS, tracking data reveals alarming anomalies on live radar. Commercial cargo ships and oil tankers appear to draw perfect circles or teleport miles inland on electronic charts. By flooding the maritime spectrum with altered satellite telemetry, hostile forces divert commercial vessels off course and throw loitering munitions off their target vectors, turning vital economic choke points into navigational battlegrounds. Case Study C, the Indo-Pacific. In contested maritime airspaces, electronic warfare is defined by persistent airborne intelligence and high-altitude signal collection. Airborne early warning and control platforms, combined with strategic SIGINT reconnaissance aircraft, fly continuous orbit patterns along maritime boundaries. OSINT flight tracking data shows these specialized platforms constantly mapping ground-based radar emitters, sweeping radio spectrums, and establishing real-time electronic order of battle pictures long before any kinetic conflict erupts. Across land, sea, and air, open-source data proves that the invisible front is already active, 24 hours a day. As electronic warfare expands across modern front lines, military forces are refusing to remain defenseless. The relentless evolution of signal disruption has sparked an equally aggressive wave of technological adaptation, pushing engineers to build systems that operate completely independent of the electromagnetic spectrum. The most direct response to radio frequency jamming is deceptively simple. Eliminate radio signals entirely. Enter fiber-optic tethered guidance. By unspooling an ultra-thin, micro-caliber fiber-optic cable behind an airborne drone, operators establish an unjammable physical link directly to the aircraft. Because data travels as pulses of light through a physical line rather than radio waves through the air, high-power RF jamming, frequency sweeping, and directional arrays are rendered completely powerless. The operator receives crystal-clear HD video feed, and the drone maintains uninterrupted control, even inside the dense core of a heavy industrial jamming bubble. But when physical cables are impractical, artificial intelligence fills the void. Modern autonomous systems are increasingly deployed with AI-driven terminal guidance, specifically optical scene matching and autonomous target recognition, or ATR. When a drone encounters a GPS blackout zone or loses its command link, onboard neural networks take control. Using miniature high-definition cameras, the drone continuously scans the terrain below, matching real-time visual landmarks against preloaded satellite elevation maps.
Infrastructure.
Once in the target sector, ATR algorithms identify vehicles or infrastructure by shape and thermal signature, calculating intercept paths autonomously without requiring a single byte of GPS telemetry or radio communication. Meanwhile, for systems that must maintain wireless communications, adaptive networking hardware is evolving rapidly. Frequency-hopping spread-spectrum technology allows radio transmitters to jump across thousands of discrete channels per second. When onboard SIGINT sensors detect jamming on a specific frequency, the system switches to clear channels instantaneously. When paired with self-healing ad hoc mesh networks, signals automatically hop from drone to drone across the battlefield, routing telemetry around localized jamming bubbles to reach their destination. The battle for the electromagnetic spectrum is no longer just a contest of power. It is a race of technological survival. What we are witnessing is not just an incremental upgrade in drone guidance, it's a fundamental shift in modern warfare doctrine. As electronic warfare systems grow capable of blacking out entire frequency bands, military strategists are forced to assume one constant on the future battlefield: complete electromagnetic saturation. When traditional radio command links fail, authority shifts entirely to onboard, autonomous guidance systems capable of fighting through the noise. This shift resets the offense-defense force multiplier. While fiber-optic spools and optical AI guidance currently bypass conventional EW suites, they are already driving the next wave of defense technology. From high-energy laser systems and localized
We have confirmed hostile
smoke/aerosol
signals in
screening
Sector
to
Gamma.
dynamic optical
All units be
countermeasures.
advised.
The
Repeat,
battle space
be
is
advised.
transitioning from a war of signal strength
Scenario
to
one,
a war
the
of
frozen
sensor
escalation,
resolution
the
and
most likely
optical
near-term
processing
outcome. The
speed.
Houthis continue sporadic,
As
low-level drone
autonomy
launches.
and
Coalition
unjammable
forces continue
guidance
to intercept
mechanisms
them.
mature,
Let's break down
the
the
window to
military and
react on the
strategic
battlefield
reality of this
continues to
situation.
shrink.
What we are
This brings
witnessing
us
is
to
a
the
classic
core
case
strategic
of
question.
asymmetric attrition.
Will optical and
Concurrently,
terminal
Brent
AI
crude oil
guidance
prices saw a
render
sharp
traditional
intraday spike,
electromagnetic
reflecting the
jamming
market's pricing
obsolete?
of this new
Or can
supply
signal
chain
warfare evolve to
At its
outpace
narrowest,
visual sensors?
it is only 18 miles
Share your
wide.
tactical assessment
Controlling
in the
or
comments
disrupting
below.
this area does not
If you
require
want
a
daily,
traditional navy.
open-source
It only,
intelligence
however,
and
the
strategic
recent
defense
pivot
analysis,
to explicitly
hit
threaten
subscribe
Saudi-linked
and
shipping
turn on
marks a
notifications.
significant tactical
This is
evolution.
Global Frontline. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next briefing.